before you guys freak out, this happened a year ago. Okay, we got that settled. All right, yeah. Hope you guys are staying safe at home. But for those who actually do know me, I'm well aware that it is a year overdue. So yeah. Prior to this, I worked at a tech company as a digital marketer, and I felt I was lacking a bit of skills. Like, whether it's from the job, whether it's from school, I wasn't learning enough, and I just wanted to go explore. You know, self-search and quarter life crisis. What better way than to fly halfway across the world to learn some muggin Mandarin? So after days of searching for a school, I found a school in Taipei called National Chengchi University. And the enrollment part, because I was not a university student at the time, or anymore, I had to apply on my own, and the experience was pretty good. Easy stuff. This is like simple stuff, okay? So yes, a year ago, I packed my life away. I went to Taiwan for 3 months, and then I went to Vietnam for a month, and Japan for 2 weeks, which there will be another video on that. So I said goodbye to my friends, my family, and my boss, which he took really well, I think. So there I was, traveling to a country I've never been to. The first stop was Vancouver, and then it brought me to Taiwan. Which, by the way, there was this woman that decided it was a great idea to put her 2 feet on my freaking space, my bubble, okay? I don't know why she thought it was a great idea, but like, that's what she did, okay? And her boyfriend who sat behind me, like, didn't say a thing, and she was like right there, and her feet was like right here. You know that little tray thing? She was putting her feet near my head tray thing, and I was like, do I say anything? It's only a couple hours, I didn't want to be rude, but at the same time, she in my bubble. So Karen, if you watching this, yes, I'm putting you on blast. It's going down. Anyways, I got to Taiwan. Again, this country I've never been to, don't know what to expect, and there wasn't much online. Like, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos talking about the school, but there wasn't much detail, like their experiences and whatnot. I was like, what if this is all a scam? Like, what if they try to sell my organs? Nah. So, got to the airport and had some pre-arrangements from the school to send out a driver to pick me up. Now, this university in particular is actually located on this hill, or I guess some people call it a mountain. Since it was rather late at the time, I wasn't able to see too much that was going on the way up. There are 2 dorms, one located outside of the school and one at the top. Now, dorm 10, you'll find more local students, whereas when you room in the iHouse dorm, you'll find more international students. Either way, you'll probably need a room with someone, as finding a single room is possible, but pretty damn difficult. Got to the front office, and man oh man, not trying to roast, but you'd think that because they're welcoming foreigners to learn, they would know how to speak English, but nah, they don't. So my ass be busting out the Google Translate for a good 15 minutes until they were like, oh, alright, you know what your maple syrup a good living polar bear pregnant ass wants? And don't get me wrong though, they're extremely nice, but the only thing that was going through my head was, oh god, maybe this is a mistake. But nah. Eventually I managed to get by, went to the dorm. By now, I'm overwhelmed, I'm lost, I'm in a dorm alone without a clue of how the outside world actually looks like. So I grabbed my balls, headed to the convenience store located inside the school to purchase a mattress for my bed and a few essentials. Oh yeah, I also got a pillow that expanded 2 times its size when you take it out of the package. That was cool, I guess. So the next day was orientation day, and I'd be a liar if I told you that I was not nervous. But I was nervous. I'll like, where go? What do? But I happened to bump into a student there, a golden nugget if you may, who was just as lost as I was trying to find the orientation room. She was a year ahead of me, but she'd never been to this school before and studied Mandarin in Russia before coming to Taiwan. But yeah, I guess you can say she was my first friend I made in Taiwan, so shout out to Aisha. Orientation was over and I'm out her in the hood exploring. However, me being lost as a mofo, never been to Taiwan, only phrase he knows is ni hao. Keep in mind guys, although Taipei is the main city, there isn't a lot of English speakers. There were only a handful of students I've met who were fluent, but everyone I've talked to, despite my limited ability, were all willing to help me, so I'm grateful for that. As far as how this school operated classes, it was a small group of about 10 students or so, which is great because they had the opportunity to actually cater towards everyone's needs, and I think that helped quite a lot in terms of learning quickly. The class I took in particular was like a 2-semester worth of material condensed into one, so it was very, very hectic. However, I still didn't feel it was exactly too rushed either. On the first day, we started off with the basics, and the teacher was like, alright, we gotta learn some numbers. Can y'all count in Mandarin? So there was a couple students who knew somewhat, and then there was me. This is my time to shine. So I'd be counting to 7, and you see your expression just changed like 9. Your accent's trash, my G. You know, pack your bags and go back to your country. Let's go back. But no, I was just kidding. She was very nice about it, and yeah, like, you gotta work on the tones, but nice try. She was a wholesome teacher who truly cared about her student, didn't roast anyone even if they're behind, brought us snacky snacks. Life was good, and it felt like she was a second mother to all of us. Okay, so education, we had class Monday through Friday, few hours a day with daily homework. Like we'd actually have to read a passage from the book, and our teacher would mark us based on how well we spoke along with the written work as well. I believe at the end of the semester, we learned about 500 to 600 characters. In traditional, yes, more strokes. So I had many people ask me, why go to Taiwan when you can just apply to a university in Canada and take basic Chinese? Well, I'm pretty damn sure I ain't learning squat. What I mean by that is, this opportunity will force myself to get out of my comfort zone. Seeing that the vast majority don't speak English, I'm forced to adapt. Google Translate can only get you so far if you really want to immerse yourself in their culture. Learning with people in similar boats and learning from others from different countries is always a plus. Speaking of which, my classmates were all nice and we hung out outside of the school whenever we had the chance to. To be quite honest, I spent 80% of my waking hours studying, which is why I didn't get the chance to really explore a majority of Taiwan. Trying to get my money's worth, but I did go out almost every weekend when my friends did drag me out.
So what are we doing today?
We're gonna go to the cinema.
Okay.
Around the beginning of the semester, it was my birthday, and this was when I just first met them, but they decided to cook for me. La boy! Y'all wholesome. That's some 10 out of 10 moves. I'm taking you guys back to Canada. So in terms of my classmates that I did chill with often, there was Rafael from Brazil. This guy is so damn nice. Whenever I needed help, he never hesitated to lend me a hand. Ploy from Thailand, go-lucky happy kind of girl and extremely smart. Always had a plan and was always on the go. And Jijin from Korea, who's this funny guy that often trolled.
Everyday video.
You know what's pretty interesting is how he joined probably a week after we did, and seeing that the only language he spoke was Korean, we out here struggling for about a month until we got our Mandarin skills up to basic conversation level.
Freedom.
English very good because
You know,
freedom.
Mm.
FREEDOM.
Well, yeah, sure.
My Brazilian friend has a very small testicle.
Aside from that, Ploy introduced me to Mas from Thailand.
Name. What's your name?
My name is
Mas.
And Hongmei from Japan, both fluent in Mandarin but don't speak any English.
Tomato ketchup.
Tomato ketchup. So, my incompetent ass at the beginning had to talk to Ploy in English, who then translated that to Thai to Mas, who then translated Thai to Mandarin for Hongmei.
Okay.
Okay.
So, some next level telephone. But despite this small setback at the beginning, it really encouraged me to learn quickly. What started off as a surface level conversation slowly grew into something even more meaningful. Alright, what's life outside of school? Well, daily walking up and down a massive mountain, bruh. I need nourishment. I need puffins. So my struggle meals consist of me walking down my dorm to High Life, located just 2 minutes from my dorm, which is a convenience store similar to Family Mart and 7-Eleven. Boy, if there was a safe haven for food for the first 1 to 2 weeks, this would be it. Oh my god. Like, I'm telling you, this. This blob of perfection may seem confident, which I am for the most part, but bruh, the anxiety of having to order in a language you got no idea how to speak, and you'd be like, 我要这个 So convenience store, get what you want, pay for it, done deal, you know exactly what you're getting. So oftentimes I purchase these ramen bowls. Dude, instant noodle, god tier stuff in Asia. I don't know, man. Canada, you're lacking, boys. They got real meat inside, and you can buy these pre-boiled eggs and or tea eggs made fresh daily. So yeah, that was like my daily struggle meal when I don't want to walk all the way down the mountain just to eat. Or they have the cafeteria, which I was not comfortable ordering from until a month into learning Mandarin. My first experience was not good, and let's just say this one lady at this one stand was not amused. Gotta keep in mind, my dudes, the menu is all written in Chinese. The only characters I knew by then was my numbers and the basics. Ain't nobody teach me the chicken fried rice. But eventually, I grabbed my balls and said, you know what? What can go wrong? Right? Everything. Everything went wrong. So where did we go? Lots of temples. They also had this water festival that I believe originates from Thailand, but there was this one street that was blocked off so that people can literally spray each other with water guns. Cue cinematics! That bag is freaking stoked right now. Main transportation most people use there is the MRT, which is organized, quick, and simple. Similar to Japan. Just fill up your card, tappity tap, and you good. Although the daytime is great, the nightlife is amazing, and it would be a shame if y'all ever missed it. It's so safe even at night that I'd have my camera out and I wouldn't even bat an eye. Night markets are definitely a must when visiting. You guys going on a date?
Dating.
And one of those nights I met with one of my Facebook friends, Stanley, for the first time from Malaysia, who was visiting Taiwan. It's amazing how small the world is. Let's see, of course, food places. Din Tai Fung. There's some good stuff, little on the pricier side, but I expect no less. I know this sounds odd, but there's sushi, my dudes. Conveyor belt sushi. 10 times better than what we have here in Canada. Like $12 Canadian is a meal. Don't believe me? Even here in Canada, I've only been to clubbing once and didn't want to go again. Just not my thing, but I'm in a different country. I'm trying to throw that ass in a circle. Like, one of which cops did show up in the middle of the night. Music was off. The club coordinator had everyone keep quiet so the cops can do their jobs by checking everyone's ID. And to my surprise, everyone kept quiet. Nobody was rowdy because this won't fly in Toronto. A very pleasant experience. Remember how I said my teacher, aka Zhang Lao Shi, was wholesome and nice? Yeah. She brought us out on our last week to get that Taiwan beef noodle soup and shaved ass, boys. Mango shaved ass. And on top of that, her and her husband taught us some mahjong. I'm about to waltz my ass into Chinatown, about to destroy some aunties. Cooked at one of our classmates' house for dinner and made dumplings, my G. Like, guys, this is why Taiwan #1. So after the semester was finished, we all had to leave right away if we didn't have an extended visa, which I didn't do because it was a pain in the ass. It was quite an emotional goodbye since we spent lots of time together despite it being only 3 months. There she goes. Do that shit. Bye. Wish you good luck. See you again. See you again. See you again. Soon. Yeah. 马上。But honestly, I'm grateful for all the friends I made in Taiwan. For real, made this experience extremely fun. At the end of all this, I do highly recommend going to the country you want to learn the language and immerse yourself. I mean, is it possible to learn at home? Absolutely yes, but you'll definitely understand the culture more by being there. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. This is my first video. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment below. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe because I'll be making more videos about my travels in Vietnam and Japan, and possibly specific stories catered towards it. But you can find me on Instagram at. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe.